The island of Kauai in the state of Hawaii is known for its natural beauty, yet 30 years ago, the most destructive storm in Hawaii's history, Hurricane Iniki, ravaged the island with 145-mile-per-hour winds, catching many residents and tourists off guard. It tore down everything in its path, handing out destruction and casualties everywhere it went. Around $6 billion worth of property was destroyed. It has been a long time since a hurricane had hit Hawaii in the past, and no one was ready.
Born from an El Nino wind formation, Hurricane Iniki traveled on a west-northwest course, continuing to strengthen on its way to Hawaii. The eye of the storm passed directly over the island of Kauai on September 11, 1992. Generally, hurricanes form from a pack of thunderstorms that suck up warm, moist air, which move through the atmosphere. The warm air is then converted into energy that powers the hurricane's circular winds. These winds spin around a low-pressure center. In the case of Hurricane Iniki, this tropical storm originated on the west coast of South America or Mexico, where there is warm, wet air that can help a hurricane formate.
The island was not ready for this hurricane, as a cyclone had not hit Hawaii in a while, for as the way the equilateral winds align, mostly hurricanes get thrown from the course of hitting Hawaii. The island's devastation had a more significant punch, saying that most buildings in Kauai were expensive vacation homes of rich millionaires, luxury resorts, and even movie filming locations. Therefore, most buildings were not built with the best fortifications against a Category 4 hurricane.
With lack of reliable media source, many tourists on the island didn't know about the impending disaster, including a man named Steven Spielberg. He, with his cast and crew, was on the island filming what would become one of the most watched movies of all time, Jurassic Park. Sue Kanaho, executive director of the Kauai Visitor Bureau, told Stefan, "Don't worry, you guys. We'll be gone before the hurricane hits." They weren't. Later, after the hurricane, Stefan was heard saying, "It was devastating. There were places on the South Shore that were inundated. Houses were knocked off their foundations and vehicles gone." Hurricane Iniki caused more than $3 billion in damage, an amount that would be around $6 billion today due to inflation. 6 people died, hundreds were injured, and nearly 1,500 houses were destroyed. Lots of Hawaiians had no power for weeks, and many were left with no habitation to call their own.
After this hurricane, many laws and regulations were put into place to minimize the devastation if ever again the force of nature tried to come against the fortifications of man. Also, when Hurricane Iniki hit, the state legislature did not force the people to evacuate, and if they wanted to stay, they were allowed to do so. This hurricane also spurred the development of more advanced technology and mechanisms that would see from farther off the formation of a hurricane.
Rumors circulated upon Kauai that Hurricane Iniki had 2 eyes, and Kauai is so small an island, this theory did not take long to circulate. Many inhabitants of the island learned that the eye passed near Waimea, more to the western part of the island. However, due to topographical effects, winds on some parts of the island became quite weak, although not nearly to the amount of the calm associated with the eye. This led many people in the easternmost regions of Kauai to believe that the eye had passed over them. These two impressions eventually met up and reinforced each other. Scientists back then could not actually learn much from this hurricane, as there was no technologicalized equipment when the hurricane hit, and if again the hurricane hit during our time, we could probably learn so much more.
Hurricane Iniki devastated the state of Hawaii beyond belief. It was formed in the best way for a hurricane to form. Many people were injured and many people ended up homeless. The devastation was one never so terribly seen before in the history of Hawaii. Sending out destruction and casualties everywhere were... so close! So close!
11, 1992. Generally, hurricanes form from a pack. Stupid.
The island was not ready for this hurricane. Hit Hawaii in a while, for as the way the equilateral winds. Why'd you make this so complicated? The island of locations. Therefore, most buildings were not bit, and the
Who bites the buildings?
so close.
With lack of reliable Stupid. With lack... What? It's still going, actually. With lack of reliable media source, many tourists on the island didn't know about the hedgehog!